Good morning, it's Friday, which means it's the weekend coming, which is sad because that means school's coming for you guys next week. But don't worry, I'm coming at you each day with a daily doodle, and I'll also definitely give you some other free bits and bobs. I've got a really cool art hack for you that I'm going to do from home later, which is something I did in the 1980s, way back when I was a child. And it's free, it's easy, and it's super cool. But what we're going to do today, so these mini makes are really aimed at the little ones, your tiny little brothers and sisters, the ones that perhaps aren't going to school yet, something quick and easy. I'm using poster paints. So these are really, really great and kiddie friendly. So I'm using poster paints for these. They usually come because they're kiddie friendly and really bright colours. So I'm just using a piece of, I use this recycled Cool Flux, which is actually signboard. I use that because I can wash it down as palette. And look what else we're using. Oh, my friend Celery. And I actually bought, oh, it went in my mouth. I'm actually bought this because I'm going to be cooking later, but we're going to show you that you can create pictures and paint with all sorts of stuff. Who knew you don't have to have a brush, okay? You're also going to need a black texter or a felt tip pen, a glue stick, and a pair of scissors. Scissors, that's my scissory name. Okay, so you don't need all of that celery. You just need to take off what's called a stalk, okay? And I used my scissors, super easy, and I just cut it into pieces like this. There we go, I've got 3 pieces there. If you want to, when you get higher up the celery and you cut it like this, you're going to get smaller little curves, okay? So there's my celery ready to go. And it's the most fabulous shape for doing fish scales. So guess what we are going to print today? We're going to print a fish. All right, so let's draw our fish first, shall we? So I'm going to draw my mama fish. I'm going to do a big eye shape, which is an oval, but it has a point on each end, okay? Then I'm going to do the lips, which is like a heart shape, but it goes in behind the body of our fish. I'm going to do a tail, which is really like a giant triangle, but it has a curve instead of a flat piece. So it's like a moon shape, and it hides in behind our eye. You might have a little fin on top, a little fin on the bottom, and definitely we're going to give our fish a beautiful eye. In fact, I might give this fish some eyelashes. Okay, I'm just going to colour in that eyeball nice and black. And I'm going to put in some waves. So we know that she is swimming in the sea. And I might do some seaweed. You can go to town with this. You can draw as much or as little as you want. And for the seaweed, I'm just doing kind of curly shapes, aren't I? You could do this kind of seaweed, which is like grass. There's lots of different shapes of seaweed, so you can't really go wrong. Okay, so let's get our printing. So I'm going to try and do it rainbow colour. So let's start at the lightest, and I dip my celery in the yellow, and I'm going to print right across the body. Right across. I'm going to do 2 layers of yellow. Like that. And then I'm going to go to orange. And I'm not going to like wash my celery. I don't need to. So if it comes a bit yellowy as well, that's okay. When you're doing cold colours, the lighter colours, it doesn't mix so much, so it's okay. So I'm going to do orange, red and yellow using the same piece of celery. I think you could probably use a piece of carrot if you don't have celery, but you might just need to trim it to make a kind of curvy shape. Okay, I'm going to leave my other piece there. I'm going to use a new piece now, and I'm going to do green and then blue. And my final one, I'm just going to use the same greeny one, and I'm going to put blue, and I'm going to do blue for his tail. Super simple, hey? Okay, then I'm going to, oh, just lost that right in there. Now I'm going to use the long bit of my celery and I'm going to dip it in blue and green, both sides. So it kind of makes greeny blue. Gets a bit messy because I want to pull that bit out that's in the middle because I don't want it too big. And now I'm just, where my seaweed is at the bottom, I'm just going to put some bluey green seaweed bits right along the bottom. Like that. Then I'm going to use yellow for my finger and I'm just going to put some yellow spots in as if there's like little seagrass or coral. So it's a really kind of finger on, finger fun painting. And then something I like to do when I'm doing paintings like this is make our own colour. So let's mix yellow and orange together in the middle there. And I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to paint the fish's head. So I'm using my finger and I'm just painting it and it's not as bright as the orange. My hair's in the way today. Not as bright as the orange. Not as bright as the yellow, but two kind of nice colours. So that's my fish painting. Now I want to add some baby fish. So to add some baby fish, I've just got some magazine cutouts. Picked some pages out of a magazine and I've picked some areas that I like the colour of. So this is a rainbow skirt this lady's wearing. This one's a picture of a big strawberry. And this is a bottle of wine, but I quite like the goldy colour. So if I put them all in the same place, I'm just going to move my fish out of the way, put it down on the table and draw myself a fish shape. And then I'm going to cut it all out, trying to hold the 3 pieces of paper all together. Now, if you find this too tricky, then by all means you could do them all individually, okay? If it's too tricky to hold them all in your hand, maybe you could staple them together if Mum has a stapler. And if it gets too much paper, then just cut all the big extra bit off, and then you've got less in your hand as you go around the corners. So I'm just going to do his lips. Pretty tricky, although I quite like things that make me challenged. That's fun, isn't it, when we're trying new things? Okay, round the bottom, and then the fishtail. Let's move all that rubbish out the way and bring our painting back. Our beautiful celery painted fish. And then I'm going to put some glue on the back of the fish I've just cut out. And these are going to be my baby fish. One little rainbow. And I like using magazines because you get all the pattern work that you don't see that then as a strawberry and as a skirt, do you? You just see it as a pattern. So it's really fun to recycle and reuse the things that you've got at home. Because look, there's a really cool, I'm going to lift that up for you. And you can see, look, I've got a really gorgeous rainbow goldfish, kind of a goldfish, and a rainbow skirt and a strawberry fish. And if you wanted to, you could definitely add some scales on as well. So you could add a bit of printing over the top. You don't have to. And then finally, I'm just going to use my blue, and I'm going to add some more blue where the waves are. So I'm just using a little piece of celery, and I'm just going to add some more blue where I've already done the waves, just along. And that's today's mini make. A beautiful rainbow fish printed using celery. Printed using celery. Have a go. Super easy, super fun, and I think that's really effective. Have a lovely day. I'll see you for the daily doodle later. We're drawing Batman.